How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Dr. Seuss being canceled by a Loudoun County, Virginia school. Leesburg is well within Loudoun County. That's about 45 minutes to an hour from Washington, D.C. proper. So you already know what time it is. It's a bunch of stone cold, stomp down liberals out there screeching about something. There's always something. This thing is racist, that thing is racist, and now we're talking about Dr. Seuss. Yes, that Dr. Seuss, the guy who wrote the kids' books, the guy who wrote plenty of books that I read as a kid. You know, I'm wearing glasses right now, not because it's a fashion trend and I think it's cool and edgy. Nah, I really need glasses. And I think the big part of the reason why is because I would read so much as a kid. Okay. I would always have my nose in the book, always. That'd be my main thing. Reading. I could always escape through a book. I could learn through a book. It was the thing that I really enjoyed doing as a kid, reading. That was my main thing. Dr. Seuss as a kid, oh man, Cat in the Hat, my favorite. The Grinch. I mean, these are classic, iconic books that everybody should have. As a matter of fact, my grandma, on my dad's side, was a school teacher and had these books. When I would go over there for the summertime break and live there, I would read those books in her house. So I grew up on these books as a small, like little boy. I'm talking about 2, 3, 4. This was my main thing. But now all of a sudden these books are racist. Now I'm trying to figure out what is the big deal? What's the hubbub about? There were some things that went on. We're going to get into the article, but there were some things that went on in the past before he became who we know today as Dr. Seuss. Now, this is an article, I think, from one of these websites. I forget what it is, but I'll put it in the description box below so you can see it for yourself. But apparently these were Dr. Seuss drawings before he became who we know of him today, right? So, you know, these are wrong. These are bad. These are racist. Okay. And there's a little subtext here. It says, my name's Caruso Robinson J. May I have the honor of joining you? And then the response is, not unless you swim back after some flit, mister. The flies on this island are fearful. And this is an advertisement, I suppose. So these are racist things, but these are not what we know today of Dr. Seuss. We know, like I said, Cat in the Hat, the Grinch, that's who we know of. So let's get into this article to see why the woke kids and the woke adults out there in Loudoun have canceled Dr. Seuss. And I think today's his birthday. Matter of fact, March 1st? I think today might be his birthday. So yeah, happy birthday, Dr. Seuss, and catch this cancel. But let's check it out. And you see the headline, Dr. Seuss canceled by Virginia school system for Read Across America Day. And let's get into the article. The article reads, in Virginia, they do not like green eggs and ham. Hey, green eggs and ham, a classic. Oh, one thing about this, before we go any further, Dr. Seuss really taught us how to read. Well, it taught me how to read and read well. See, it's one thing to understand, like, how to identify words. It's a different thing to know how to read and to comprehend what you have read and to know the difference between there, and there. All right, here's a passage right here, okay, from a book, and you can see it. These lines would help me to understand the difference between this, there, then, them, all these T-H-I-T-H-E words that look similar but are different. Once you use it in small sentences that are easy to understand for a child, you're able to speak better and read better as an adult, right? This was no time for play. This was no time for fun. This was no time for games. There was work to be done. And it's fun because it's rhyming. Like, these books are great. Excellent tools for kids to learn how to read and really get, develop a love for reading. Excellent books, but I digress. He's racist now, so they're going to cancel him. Let's see why. The good Dr. Seuss, a.k.a. Theodore Geisel, has been dropped from the annual Read Across America event, a national day to encourage reading. Dr. Seuss books have long been a staple of the program. Dr. Seuss, a major supplier for content for television and film through such characters as The Grinch, The Cat in the Hat, and Horton Hears a Who, great book as well, was banned because his books allegedly have, quote, strong racial undertones, according to the school system. The Loudoun County, Virginia schools said that they will look toward books they believe are more, quote, inclusive and diverse and reflective of our student community, a spokesperson said. Now, let's pause for a moment right here. What books will these be? I've seen some super woke books. Oh, I got two dads and my mom is a man and all kind of stuff like that. What are we talking about when we say inclusive and diverse? You know, books that brainwash you, or good, nice, wholesome books like Dr. Seuss that are entertaining, educational, tools to train you how to read that does not look like a tool. I mean, these books are great. What are they going to replace them with? What will be the books that they recommend? That's what I want to know. Wayne D. Byer, a Loughton School spokesman, said research uncovered, quote, strong racial undertones in many books written and illustrated by Dr. Seuss. The Washington Post reported, quote, given this research and LCPS's focus on equity and culturally responsive instruction, LCPS has provided guidance to schools in the past couple of years to not connect Read Across America Day with Dr. Seuss's birthday exclusively. Despite the ban from Read Across America, Dr. Seuss will still be available in libraries and classrooms in the district. So basically, you're canceling the guy. You're canceling him because he was somehow a bad person. And since you're canceling him, you're canceling the books as well. I mean, you're not quite going to the level of book burning. But once you are actively speaking out against him, that's a form of book burning because you're assassinating his character. I mean, that's it, because if you're saying he's a bad person, there's a message there. He's a bad person, therefore don't read his books, although we're not going to eliminate them specifically. But the article continues. Dr. Seuss's books have been under fire for some time by woke observers. It's funny how Deadline, which is a real website, and a lot of other places are now using the word woke. Now, I've been using that for a while, too. That's probably the best way to describe these people on the left that find some kind of negative thing in everything. But we'll continue. Woke observers who believe they are not diverse in their presentations. A 2019 report claims some of the books feature animal or non-human characters that transmit Orientalist, anti-black, and white supremacist messaging through allegories and symbolism. Okay, so I showed you some of the drawings from back in the day before Dr. Seuss cartoon books. That was something that was way before that. All right, now there's one more thing here. Here's one. And let's zoom out a little bit. It says, a Chinaman who eats with sticks. It's probably part of a rhyme, but you can see what's going on. This apparently is racist. It's Orientalist. He has like one long braid coming from his head, and he has like a little hat and whatnot, and he's eating a bowl of rice with some chopsticks, and he has yellow skin, like the yellow cat is right there, or whatever kind of animal that is. All right, so that's just wrong. You can't do that. That's racist. So you got to get canceled for that. I mean, I done seen black guys and white guys wear that same type of outfit. I done seen Crunchy Black from 3 6 Mafia dancing in the video with a Chinaman hat on, so I don't really see what the big deal is. Matter of fact, I just had some rice the other day, and it was like the Asian style of rice. But I guess, showing other cultures and whatnot, that's just a bad thing. Not even in the way that I showed you in some of the old advertisements, but in this way right here, that's somehow racist. That's somehow a bad thing, but I digress. Okay, and here's the last part of the article. Additionally, Geisel had done controversial cartoons versus overtones before he became well-known children's author. Yeah, I already showed you guys that one. Quote, he claimed that it was just the way things were 50 years ago when confronted about the long-hitting cartoons. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you got some things from back in the day that might have been kind of questionable, it is what it is. Like, let's just kind of, let's get over it and move beyond it. Do not cancel Dr. Seuss. These are great books, and it shouldn't be a thing where you got to be like somehow afraid to read the books or tell your kids about them. These are great, great books. I mean, I cannot recommend them enough. I don't get paid by anybody affiliated Dr. Seuss, or I'm just saying this is reality. And my question to Loughton would be, all right, if we're going to cancel Dr. Seuss, and that's not really what we should focus on, we got to focus on other people and other types of books, then what are we going to focus on? LGBTQ, ABCDEFG books for the kids? Is that what we're going to do? That's probably where they're going to go if I know the left, how I think I know them. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Dr. Seuss should be canceled? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or should we leave them alone? These books are great. These books are classic, and kids need these books, especially nowadays with all this, woke culture dominating education, K through 12, college, everywhere. It's all over everything. Television, movies, government. Let's have books that aren't so steeped in political overtones and just weird stuff and are just good, wholesome books. All right. You got a cartoon of an Asian guy with some chopsticks and rice. I mean, come on. It ain't that bad. It's not like, at a certain point, we got to stop being offended at everything. We got to stop trying to hide kids from real basic stuff. You know what's weird as I close? We're trying to hide kids from real basic stuff because they feel like it might offend them, but then we expose them to the most ridiculous and harming things that actually cause problems. They're talking about give kids puberty blockers without parental consent, hormone treatment without parental consent. What? So you could be 5 years old and say you're transgender, and that's fine. We got to celebrate that in woke culture. But hey, read this book, little Timmy. The Cat in the Hat, C-Spot Run, all this, that, and the third. That's somehow offensive, abrasive, and racist. Ridiculous, but whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.